This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. This is pretty important information. I hope everyone out there will share this. As most of you know, the connections with the Illuminati, the Synagogue of Satan, all this stuff runs through Freemasonry. That is where they initiate people with the Luciferian doctrine, and they become initiated as part of the satanic brotherhood that is Freemasonry. I was on Vote, and this topic came up, and I was fascinated by it. I couldn't even believe it was something that was real. I had never heard this. But get a load of this. The Freemason lodges actually have something known as the MCID program, which is the Masonic Child Identification Program. What is that? Also referred to as CHIP, is a charitable initiative by North American Masonic lodges to aid in the identification and recovery of missing children. CHIP programs are supported monetarily at the Grand Lodge level and are staffed by volunteers from subordinate lodges as well as law enforcement and dental professionals. Get this. The Masonic CHIP programs allow parents the opportunity to create a kit of identifying material for their children free of charge. The kit contains a fingerprint card, a physical description, a video, computer disc or DVD of the child, a dental imprint, and a DNA sample. The purpose of the kit is to provide critical information to the public and to law enforcement in the event that a child goes missing. The program has been lauded by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So what a coincidence that these Masonic lodges actually have this program which is linked to missing children. Now they're going to say, well, we get all this information to protect the child in case it goes missing. We have their DNA. They want children's DNA samples, video of the child, dental imprint. I'm not making this up. This is insanity. The Masonic lodges. So there you see another tie-in to these rings, because we know that these people at the top level, the politicians, the elite, Hollywood, the entertainment industry, that these people are pedophiles. We know that. The people always go, well, how do they get them? Where do they get it? They go trafficking from Haiti? Well, this is going on around the world, not just in America. But look at this connection with the Masonic lodges at the lower level, that these people are getting this information from these children, that they're actually running a program for Masonic child identification. It says the videotape or DVD, besides capturing appearance and voice, includes questions tailored toward the child's age group and can assist in finding children who might be missing for other reasons besides abduction. The Masonic Child ID program has been referenced by state and local law enforcement agencies as their model for establishing this service. The difference between Masonic CHIP and others is that municipal and law enforcement agencies typically place all data that is collected, including fingerprints, into a database. The Masonic Child ID program operates with strict confidentiality, with all data on portable computers being removed from systems immediately after the DVD data has been written. If a DVD or video is lost by a parent or guardian, they can simply have another created free of charge by attending another Masonic Child ID event. So they're getting all this information on these children, these parents who are falling into this deception, because apparently these Masonic groups, they go to parades, they go to events, and they get people to sign up for this because they convince them, listen, your kid could get abducted, something could happen this day and age, it's a crazy world. We'll give you this kit, give us the DNA, the dental imprint, and all this stuff of your child. And the parents are willingly giving this information over to the Freemasons. Are you kidding me? Freemasonry is a fraternal association of men of good and high ideals, but it is not a public association. Private is a more appropriate description than secret. And as with many organizations, certain information is reserved for members only. Yes, that information would be that they worship Lucifer, that they're Satanists. So if they're a private exclusive group, why are they collecting children's DNA across America and in Canada? They set up fairs, forge partnerships with law enforcement, and even strive to distribute their services through North American public school systems. I mean, this is strange, this is bizarre, this is sick, and if you know how to connect the dots and use common sense, I wonder what this has to do with trafficking of children. I wonder. So the Masons are using fear to convince parents to get these home kits, these at-home kits, and get all of this vital information about their children and then give it back to the Masonic Lodge. With advances in technology, they began to offer digital fingerprints, digital imaging, digital video, dental impressions, DNA mouth swabs. The data processing is managed by their proprietary software that's designed to be compatible with local and national law enforcement. So there you go right there. Then you can see the connections of who's in on it and why we never see arrests made and why we never see anything done to protect these kids. Because the Masons are obviously in bed with the police and vice versa, and they're gathering all this data through willing parents who are clueless and giving this information over because they are being, subjected to fear-mongering and thinking, oh my goodness, what if our kid gets... Well, we work with law enforcement officials. We get a swab of your child's DNA, his dental impressions, answers a survey so we know all of his likes and dislikes. I wonder why they want to know all that stuff. I wonder why they want their likes and dislikes and preferences. They ask questions on there. I wonder what they could use that for. Unbelievable. And at this stage, they have over 2 million children to date registered with these Masonic lodges, giving their information over to these Masons. This, folks, is mind-boggling stuff. Mind-boggling. Share this information. Now, if you're anyone who is slightly awake, you understand the Freemasons' involvement in all of this, okay? There's different branches, there's different levels, there's the Illuminati, there's the Freemasons, there's the Jesuits, there's a lot of different orders in this pyramid. The fact that every town in America has a Mason Lodge, and the majority of them are running this program, this Masonic Child ID program, is disturbing. So for people out there who ask the question and say, well, how does this start? Which is a fair question, obviously, right? Where does it start? What's the ground level of this to get these children to the elites? And where are they getting networked through? Where are they getting information and data and all this stuff? Well, what a surprise that the Masons, who are supposed to be this, this group of guys, the mindset of the common person is that Masons get together, they go drink beers on a Thursday, watch the football game, go bowling. They're just a buddies. It's like a fraternity. That's the mindset that the common person has. They don't understand that these people they take an oath and swear by it, that once you join this brotherhood, you're in it for life. This is not some stupid fraternity. This is serious. And they are indoctrinated as they grow through the levels of Freemasonry. They are indoctrinated with the Luciferian doctrine. And they are told that Lucifer is God. They go through the books. They read all the books, Pike's books. It's sick stuff. And the fact that we're seeing this program, which apparently has been out for quite a while, and I had never heard of it. This even goes back to I'm just looking at an article from 2009 where people were lined up around the block in New Jersey to sign up for this. One person said, I wanted to get a microchip, but they wouldn't do it. They wanted to get their kid microchipped. This is back from 2009. And with more and more kids missing every year, nobody's asking what is this doing to help and why they're gathering information. Nobody asks. They just go, oh, I guess they're trying to help. Your local Freemason Lodge wants to help. They're taking data, why would they need dental records of a child? If you need DNA, you can just use a strand of someone's hair, right? They want the dental records as well. I mean, this is insane stuff, okay? And I'm not saying everybody that's involved in Freemasonry, okay, at the bottom level, the first-degree Mason, second-degree Mason might have no clue about this stuff and not go further in their initiation process. But the fact that there's ties between the Masonic lodges who are running a program called the Masonic Child ID program, which is set up for missing children, where they work with local law enforcement and get all of this data and information on these kids, including things that they like and stuff like that. This is frightening. Frightening. And of course, it's going under the name CHIPS, right? Masonic CHIPS. Give me a break. And in some cases, which is so common because the Masons are always asking for donations and money, right? Even though we know they're government funded, let's be realistic. They say that they've given out tens of thousands of ID kits, which are valued at $30 a piece. Tens of thousands they're handing out. So they're giving these away when they're asking people for money because that's how important it is for them to have this information. So connect the dots with the rings that we're seeing. popping up now, whether it's Pizzagate or it's another ring in California or Pennsylvania or the ones in the UK or Hampstead, or you want to go, back to McMartin, you want to go to the Franklin cover-up. Event after event after event where light starts to get shined on these, then of course the mainstream media craps on it and everybody goes along with it and goes, no, that stuff doesn't go on. And now we see connections between the Masonic lodges who are gathering this information of these children. Now, I'm not saying that every child who they have information on has gone missing or been abducted, but it's pretty shady business that this is what they're doing, that they have this program running, that they're setting up in towns across America with tables and booths and saying, hey, parents, you don't want your kid to go missing, right? Listen, take this kid home, get your kid's dental records, give it to us. We'll put it in a computer and save it. If he goes missing, we'll be able to find him. Huh? Unbelievable. Folks, share this information with people. People need to be aware of these things so they don't fall for this kind of stuff. Who knows what this is linked to and what it can lead to, gathering this type of information on a child. If this can be passed along to the upper echelon Masons, who might identify with the child based on some of the preferences the child has, who has video of this child, but also has the DNA as well. Wonder why they'd want that. Also has their dental records, in case they burn a body, probably. Very, very freaky stuff. I thank the people out on Vote who are continuing to work hard and expose stuff. Every day I am trying to find new connections where I can. I'm putting time and effort into doing it. There's some amazing people out there that are working really hard, digging information out, finding these networking rings, uncovering stores in Manhattan, these small shops that claim to be clothing stores, which are just filled with pedo symbols, and they don't even look like legitimate stores. They're fronts, and people are exposing it. It's amazing. It is so important to keep pushing this, to keep talking about it, because it is waking people up. Look how dedicated a lot of these people are in Vote, because they want to protect these children. They want to spread awareness. They're realizing, as they've uncovered some of this stuff, that this is really spiritual warfare. This is about God and the devil. This goes back to ball worship. And that's why they go after these kids and Crowley's teachings. And it's waking them up as well to pick up a Bible and find Jesus Christ, because salvation can only be obtained through Jesus Christ. So thank those people out there who are working hard and pulling stuff like this out and finding stuff like this, even if some of it's old news. It's not news that's been shined light upon, or light hasn't been shined upon, excuse me. It's not something I was aware of. I did not know the Masons ran this program until now, and it's not surprising to me at all. But it's just more confirmation of what we're seeing go on and how the Masonic lodges are tied into all this. It's really the bottom level, recruitment center for the most part for these people. Then, of course, you move to the Skull and Bones, and they could, be recruited in different ways. But it's amazing to me that they're running this program and that there isn't a ton of light shined on it. We need to shine attention onto it and tell people, listen, do not give your information to these Masons, okay? They claim that they aren't associated with the government, that they're a private entity, and they're collecting this information. That's sick, okay? Now, they are, quote unquote, working with local law enforcement, but they're a private entity, and people are giving this stuff and this information of their own children over to these men who meet in these lodges, get in their underwear and their skimpies, their tighty-whities, blindfold themselves and hold swords up to each other's throats, taking, oaths of secrecy. Talk about embarrassing. These people are sick, beyond sick. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you. Please share this information. And thanks again for listening.